Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Robin.
And we're the Ramblers. We are in Halltown, Missouri, west of Springfield, and still continuing west on Route 66, and there's this old abandoned general store. They seem to expect people to stop and take pictures of.
They just walked away.
Quite a bit of stuff still in there, right?
Yes, looks like they just left everything there for us to peek in and enjoy.
Doesn't seem like they planned on necessarily closing and going out of business. It just kind of happened. Everything's still in here. It's easy to get nice steady shots when you put the camera right against the window.
Well, it doesn't seem to be super dirty in there. You know, not super dusty.
Well, they got one of these things. We've got to stick our heads in here.
All right, I'm going to get a picture of you sticking your head in there. Okay, ready? Here we are at the Gay Parita Sinclair station. It's got lots of things. I can't wait to see it. And look, right there, Route 66. And as you can see, I'm in the middle of the road and not a whole lot of traffic.
So this sign says Gay Parita City. Gay Parita, Missouri was apparently established in 1934. But the Gay Parita Sinclair station was established in 1930.
Hey, this little fella here looks like the sheriff from Cars. And look, that looks like Lizzie.
International flatbed truck. I actually learned to drive on my dad's old International Scout.
Okay, here's a different gas I've never heard of. Magic Aladdin gasoline. Do I rub the tank and gas comes out for free?
Ooh, I think somebody forgot to tell the tow truck driver they went out of business.
Here's where we've been. Illinois and Missouri, and here's where we're going. Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas and New Mexico and Arizona and California, here I come. Ba-da-ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-da.
Got this old Packard police car.
We're here at the Gay Parita Sinclair stop on Route 66, and I'm actually talking with Gary and Lena's daughter, Barb. Hi. And George.
Yay.
And Rhonda from Ohio. All right, guys, can you give us a little history of how your dad and mom started this place?
So when Mom and Dad bought the property from my aunt and uncle, and Dad started creating his gas station and his shirt shop in the pavilion, but the original gas station was owned by Fred and Gay Mason.
So that's how it's Gay Parita.
That's what, because it was named after her, Gay.
Okay, George, so what is your history to this place, and how did you come about knowing things about Route 66?
I was completely ignorant because I'm a transplant from the East Coast.
Oh my.
However, Barb's dad, Mr. Gary Turner, had a great library, so I crammed.
Really?
I did,
Oh,
because
good.
I didn't feel it was right for people to come and ask me things and I'll say, I don't know. That's
Right.
improper. So I crammed and studied, and little by little I learned things, and then I got to talk to folks, and so I've had a lot of mentors as well.
Now we see a lot of buildings along Route 66 made out of this stone. What year was the house made, and what kind of stone is
That house was finished in 1930, and that's all local sandstone.
And so it's called a giraffe house.
Giraffe. Oh, it looks just like a giraffe.
The pattern is called giraffe stone, and those are referred
So
to
it's
as
like a
giraffe
giraffe house.
houses.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. And then we have Rhonda here from
Yes.
Ohio, and Rhonda has traveled Route 66 a lot. You're heading out to Tuncumcari.
Yes.
And you, Gary.
I did. Actually, I met Gary, it was probably about 8 years ago when I first did my first travel of Route 66 with my best friend. It was a special birthday for both of us, so we gave ourselves a birthday present to each other. So,
Thelma and Louise.
yes,
love
Thelma
it.
and
Happy
Louise all
ending.
the way. We didn't know what in the world we were doing, flying by the seat of our pants, but we did it anyway, and it was an awesome trip. So now I have friends actually across the country. So
We
it's
have
been
friends
awesome.
for life.
Friends for life.
That's what
Yes.
Dad always
And
said,
that's-
friends for life. Now you all are our friends for
That's
life.
right.
Okay, we just talked with Barb and George, and Barb is Gary and Lena's daughter, and they passed a while ago, but she's now taking on this beautiful place. And I'm gonna go inside and get my passport stamped.
Let me go get our Missouri stamp.
There's the creek down
Another really highly recommended stop here is this old Phillips 66 station.
Oh, and
in
cafe.
Spencer. Oh, and it was a cafe apparently.
All closed,
It's all closed up and abandoned now.
but a great photo op.
We're on old Route 66 here.
Not a lot of traffic going through.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, those gas prices.
A couple bought this in 2007 and restoring it, but originally back in 1925, a gentleman named Sidney Casey wanted this property. He walked 100 miles on foot to buy this property in July 1925. Cost him $400, but what was really important was he had the cafe and a post office, grocery store, barber shop, service station, office, and feed store. They're all run by his family. But what was happening is because he heard Route 66 was coming through this new highway, and right across the street there was a labor camp where the workers worked, but they stayed there while they were working on the road. So this is where they come every night. And then there was some cabins back there and a dance floor, and this was like the place to be back in the 1920s and 30s when Route 66 was being built through here. That's incredible. We are northeast of a town called Carthage, Missouri, and we're in a little area called Red Oak 2. You're not going to find that anywhere on a map because Red Oak does not exist. It's this gentleman artist named Lowell Davis who is eclectic in his collections and actually bought pieces from an old town called Red Oak and brought these things here for people like us who love nostalgia to kind of walk around and check out. The greenhouse behind me is where Lowell Davis lives, we were told, from George at the Sinclair down the street. Gay Parita Sinclair. But I just want to show you Foxfire Farm, Red Oak 2, Missouri, with an A at the end. So sometimes Lowell Davis is outside. Hopefully we can get a peek of him. Apparently this home is where Belle Starr used to live. A western gangster, so to speak.
He's even got one of the old cottage gas stations here.
I can't even explain what this place is. It's huge, and he brought over this whole little town like on his property. There's a gas station with those gravity pumps again. And over here, it says Cackleberry Park. I don't know what that is yet. We've got old-fashioned carriage. We've got windmills and barns. We've got cars. We've got art and sculptures everywhere. This place is really amazing. Eclectic and strange. Hey, I'm amazing, eclectic, and strange. I fit in.
What George told us back at Gay Parita is that Mr. Davis found out when he returned from the army that his old hometown was going to be bulldozed, and he bought up all the stuff that he remembered loving as a kid and brought it here.
I just talked with his wife, Rose, and 45 years ago he started bringing pieces over here. And the home they live in is Belle Starr's, the green portion. The original Red Oak town is about 20 miles south of here, or was about 20 miles south of here, because Lowell brought a lot of it here, and now it's called Red Oak 2.
It just keeps going way back there, all those buildings he brought here. This reminds me of a smaller version of Greenfield Village back home in Dearborn, Michigan, with an extra dose of art and whimsy thrown in. So while we're walking through Red Oak 2 here in Missouri, Robin got a FaceTime call from a couple of her students. Wanted to wish her a happy birthday.
Radio in every room. We're at the Boots Court Motel. And this is where Clark Gable actually spent several nights here. So this area we're in right now is where they would park their cars, hence the name Court.
But it doesn't fit our rig. So we have
Does
to.
not, and I don't know how to open the door here.
It's the top one.
Okay. Where Clark Gable actually stayed.
I think it was Clark Gable and Carol Lombard on their honeymoon, actually.
Yeah.
Stayed here. He was a big fan of Route 66, and that's what he wanted to do on his honeymoon.
This is amazing. Room 6 at the Boot Court Motel.
From Boots Court Motel in Carthage, Missouri, we're the Ramblers. And as you can see, this is another one of the places with the classic Route 66 neon. And there's Robin eating her birthday ice cream back in the rig by our All right, we're at the Boots Court Motel in. We're at Boots Court Motel. We're at Boots Court Motel in Carthage, Missouri. This is where we're staying tonight, and until then, wait a minute. Okay. From Boots Court Motel in Carthage, Missouri, we're the Ramblers.